Welcome to the Live Free Universe. I am YG Reno. Thank you very much for joining me. Hey, for all of you, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, welcome to 2021. We've made it, right? It's been a tough ride, you know. I don't like to talk about current events or my stance on any political issue or anything at all because sometimes, you know, it's better to keep things a mystery, right? But today we're going to talk about mastering your own self-doubt. This is inspired by one of my favorite living authors, Robert Greene. He wrote a book called Mastery. Essentially, 10,000 hours is how you know that you're a master at something. But mastering your own self-doubt is something that is a continual process in itself, right? Because doubt doesn't go away. You get doubtful once you get things going. You get doubtful when things aren't working. You get doubtful when you're just having a great day. You ever wake up in the morning and it's just like nothing happened? Nothing happened yesterday, but you're down in the basement, you know, the basement of your thoughts. You can't bring it up. And that's just to say the doubts don't disappear, just like those moments where you feel like everything's going just right, right? Identify why doubts appear. Could be due to personal goals, your opinions from others, lack of a rich imagination, being afraid to chase dreams due to failure. Could be due to anything, man. You have to identify what it is that make you feel like you can't go forward or that you can't get something done. Like, if you think it's because of the way you look, then maybe you should really come to terms with that, right? Because you can't stop who you are and how you look. But when it comes to things like money or appearance in terms of like style and clothes or friendships, the best you can do is work with what you got within your own circle. There's another book by Stephen R. Covey called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I definitely recommend it to all the readers out there. If you're not really much of a reader, man, check out an audiobook or something. Or there's a lot of great YouTube podcasts, man. There are a lot of people out there doing their thing. 2020 put a blaze on everybody's podcast situation, you know, sit in the house and just do something. You got to accept your doubts. You got to truly explore where they come from. Why don't you like the way you look? Do you don't like the way you look because somebody told you don't you look good? Or that you've been suffering from bad experiences due to your looks? Or you associate your bad experiences due to your looks? You gotta understand where is it coming from. Because sometimes the reason why you think you're ugly isn't real. It's a figment of your imagination. It's not even real. I mean, yeah. When it comes to an attractive level, I mean, it's fair that people are going to find some people that look one way versus another. But, I mean, look at people like Jay-Z, right? Jay-Z's not the most attractive black male, but he does his thing, you know what I mean? Other guys, too. I mean, I don't want to, like, name drop because I feel like it's unfair to judge people. But I only use Jay-Z because everybody's made fun of Jay-Z. So it's like, it's a universal thing. Plus, yo, when you're the big dog, somebody got to poke at you, right? So it's one of those things. Decide where the dangers lie. Where do the dangers and your doubts lie? In terms of if you doubt your work performance or your ability to move up at work, how is that dangerous for you, right? It's dangerous because you can no longer isolate the things that really help you, the things that really propel you to go forward. You're more stuck on the things that are slowing you down. Also, it affects the way that you manage your relationships with the people that you're around, and makes it hard for you to feel a place of comfort and find a way to work within your relationships and build because of your doubtfulness. It'll okay. So I don't know if you guys if you study MBTI or anything like that. I love personalities, right? And I've been studying personalities for a long time. Through the streets, really, not through college or nothing like that. Like, I read books and stuff, but I like to discover how people work based off everyday associations with people. That's how the FBI did it, so that's how I'm gonna do it. No, but seriously, doubtfulness comes in two terms, right? You get it in a positive side where it's like, I don't know if people are gonna like me because I'm gonna try my best and try to make people like me. And then there's a negative side, it's like, people don't like me, well, screw them. I don't care if you don't like me, do something. I dare you, you know what I mean? So it's within that realm of what I'm saying is, where your dangers and your doubts lie can be placed on how you associate yourself with the world around you. Creating solutions to fears through a rich imagination, meaning being able to give yourself mental options to break outside of your doubts. Like if somebody, okay, for instance, you ever meet the chubby kid, the chubby clown in class that was always cool, all the girls? He may not have necessarily always had a girlfriend or nothing like that, but he made himself comfortable enough to be able to walk up to almost any girl, joke around with her, and get a hug. He might even get a kiss on the cheek, you know what I mean? You never know. When you talk to when you say people like that, right? They look in the mirror and yeah, they might see what people might down them or make them feel like insulted, and then they turn it around and they use it as a charm, right? Because when you got a big fat guy, what is a big fat guy is really good for? Laughs, right? Warmth, and being cuddly, right? That's what all the girls say. Oh my God, he's so nice. You're like a big teddy bear. I can just hug you all day. That's how it works, right? But the other side, the negative association with being fat is sloppy, lazy, always hungry, you know, all these different terms that can make it a negative thing. So it's all about how you see it in your mind and how you bring it forward. You got to act out of your character. You have to visualize the ideal person in which you want to be so that you can create goals and steps in order to work towards that. Meaning, if you are a person that's working as a dishwasher, right, at a restaurant, but you always wanted to be out there making the money with the big dogs, you know what I mean? You want to be out there doing the things, managing or even cooking the food or even doing the shipping supply or whatever. Like, you have to see what you want and see that person inside of yourself rather than seeing it exist outside of yourself. Meaning, instead of looking at the person in the position, look at the position and look at the person doing the position and see what you have to do to be that person. You have to consider their style, their language, and energy, you know? You have to see what it is about that person that makes them that way. I mean, unless you're dealing with some people, because I honestly believe the game is rigged. I can't lie to you. The game is rigged 100% in my eyes. I believe that anything you do, everywhere you go, there's somebody that's already set it up the way they want it to work, right? So when it comes to like meeting people that may have like negative mindsets that work in positions that may not necessarily, you might not necessarily think that they deserve to have it, there's still a certain lesson to learn within that. You know what I'm saying? It might even be, okay, in order to get that power, I need to negotiate this type of relationship. I don't need to be a certain type of person or have a certain type of style. I just need to negotiate this type of relationship and then leverage it to my advantage. Finding others that have mastered their doubts through discipline and mimicking their habits. In terms of like weight loss or creating an identity for yourself, you have to truly like identify what it is that you're not doing. When you find others that are doing the things that you like to do, you have to lower your guard. You have to lower your guard and allow yourself to really see the information coming in, because a lot of times when you watch somebody else, sometimes you get filled with contempt, or you might even get filled with a type of shame or embarrassment that you can't do it yourself. So you have to really open yourself up and really understand, right? When I first started swimming, I was like crap, but now I feel really good at it, right? When I first started swimming, again, I was lazy about it because it's like I couldn't get my breath right. I didn't want to do the flips properly. I was too afraid to hold my breath for long. If I breathed all my air out, I was too afraid to like I was afraid to like actually deal with the confrontation of water going in my lungs and being around me, right? So there's this guy I saw, he always does these flips every single time. He'll flip, and then hop out and just be cool, right? So I stopped him, I started talking to him. He said, 8 years before, he couldn't do none of that. He had a hard time swimming laps. And what he did was he kept pacing himself every day and he gave himself short-term targets. So I started doing that for myself, and lo and behold, now I'm able to hold myself in the water and do my thing whenever I want to. You have to seek out those people. Sometimes they aren't people that you know in person. Sometimes they're people that you know in books or something that you see out there, but you need to make it practical enough so that you can put it inside of your life, because a lot of times you'll see somebody do something like, if anybody wants to be suave, watching a James Bond movie is probably not the best place to get it, right? Because you can't call a dame a broad, you know what I'm saying? You can't do that. It just don't work like that. Women don't talk like that. It's only in the movies that guys be like, what's up, bitch? You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, sure, if you're in a strip club or like you're in a type of environment where you can just do that, that's cool, but you can't just walk into any environment and just do that. And on top of that, like, watching people do things that you want to do with contempt or thinking that you got to do it exactly like them is a surefire way to really create even more doubt, right? Because now you're further away from the reality and what you want to bring forth. And we all mimic ourselves anyway, so you can't stop it. We all mimic others anyway, so you can't stop it. Like, I'm just saying, to master your self-doubts, you have to be in control of what you already understand is being processed in your brain. You're already going to have these doubts. You may as well work with them and through them. Doubts are natural for us. You can't stop it. It's like the same reason why you get up and you're very happy to eat a very delicious meal is the same reason why you cry or you feel tearful-eyed when you see a situation that reminds you of a very traumatic moment in your life, right? You can't stop it, right? You can doubt about everything, right? You can be making a whole bunch of money and doubt that you look good. You could look amazing and doubt that you could start a business. You could run a business successfully and doubt that you could speak in front of people. You could speak very well in front of people and run a business and feel like you doubt being a family man, Doubt is something that's just part of us. It's actually a breeding ground for creativity and imagination. It's a place where all of our wildest fantasies can actually be acted out if properly controlled, right? I don't believe in casting out your demons. I believe in controlling your demons. You can't get rid of them. Hey, look, I don't believe what nobody say. The things that happen to you when you live with them, right? You live with them every day, even if you reject them outwardly. You can't reject them inwardly. The subconscious remembers everything. One thing I believe is that the soul records and the spirit adventures, right? So your soul, it knows things. It knows the knows. That's why when you talk to some people, they have deep wisdom and insight because the soul knows and they're more connected to it. And then you find other people, they're very quick to, let's get out there and see what happens, dude. You know what I mean? They have high-spirited attitudes, and the spirit wants to see what else it can create for the soul to record. And I know that sounds crazy to you, but I mean, that's just how it works. Doubts and fears are natural or normalized. You amplify or diminish their influence through wisdom and persistence. It's never gonna stop. The game is not gonna stop. Look, America's going through a down, and then it's gonna come back up, and then it's gonna go down, and then it's gonna come back up. For as long as they wanna control the game and control the way we work and where we think, you may as well operate within the game with proper context in your own mental, right? You need to pay attention to what's going on, because if you don't, you'll get swept up. Look, I personally can't talk about what people should do with their lives because I really screwed up mine the first time, and I'm trying to get mine back in track. And as you see, I still got a problem with procrastination. I got Christmas stuff up in the background. So, we do our due diligence and we work our way out of it, right? But until you get there, you always got to keep in mind that, look, one day you're going to wake up and you're not going to be bright. You're going to be dark, cloudy, moody, angry. You're going to probably personally want to hurt somebody, you know what I mean? And you have to find a way to bring that out of you in the most healthiest manner. If it's exercising, if it's writing it down, if it's screaming at the top of your lungs on the top of a mountain after a long hike, you gotta do that. You know what I mean? Mastering your self-doubts is the only way you can go forward in terms of personal development. Making money is easy, right? All you gotta do is follow the ABC orders, right? Not really, but still. You really gotta take care of your mental space. Your mental space is more important than anything else you got going on. Look, people have survived their whole lifetime with clear thinking, better than they ever had with mental fogginess, you know? And, right now we live in a fish and fisherman society. There's either people swimming in the water being caught up in the net, or there are those casting the net. And if you're not a producer, you're a consumer. So if you understand, you see where I'm coming from. Thank you very much for watching this. This is YG Reno, Live Free Universe. Thank you very much for watching. If you wouldn't mind, like, share, and subscribe. Also leave a comment if you'd like me to talk about anything else. Thank you. Be safe.
Ain't no sentiments for poor dads and simpletons. You friends with them, you unlike them, you stupid. All of this got a lot of chains and whips. Slave to the trends, but you still a piece of shit. Goodbye to the good guy.